Hello, Libra, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of October 5th through the 11th. And during that time, we will have a full moon that comes in on the 7th, and then a waning gibbous, of course, after that. That full moon energy, that can be it's just a time of heightened emotions. We can sometimes be prone to feel overwhelmed and anxious. Some people can be snappy and irritable. If you're like me, I tend to be very high energy. I get a lot done during a full moon period. I also can't sleep. It just lights me up. So, a bit in a positive way. It's not negative. So, but then we do move into that waning gibbous energy after, and that's a good time for self reflection and rebirth. It just kind of things calm down a little. You can take a deeper breath, make positive changes, maybe get rid of some bad habits and negative thinking. So, keep those moon energies in mind as we do move through the week. So, also, this will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Libra. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading, Libra, is have faith in your dreams. I love that card. What a beautiful message there. All right, let's see what the Libra Collective has going on this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot cards, my fun weekly reminder for you, Libra, is that you get out in nature this week. So find a place to take a walk or maybe, sit, feed some birds somewhere, find a park, just somewhere that has a really lovely view. If you're lucky enough to live around water, if you live by the ocean, those of us that don't are jealous, by the way, but, go listen to those ocean waves for the rest of us. Get on the beach. If you're by a lake or a stream, somewhere where water is trickling, that can be quite relaxing. And, but listen to those animals and just close your eyes and breathe in and just really connect with the miracle of nature. So it can be very refreshing. And also, if we do have that full moon energy, if you're feeling a little tense, getting out in nature is it's the best relief for that. So that is just my friendly reminder for the week is that you get out in nature a little more than usual. So, all right, without further ado, let's get into this reading, Libra. October 5th through the 11th, have faith in your dreams. And your overall energy right now is the Knight of Swords. So it looks like there is something that you are taking some action on here. You're definitely moving ahead with passion. You're scaring the horse a little bit, but it's fine. Move ahead. So whatever, there's some sort of thinking that's coming in for you, or again, messaging. You're just putting something out there, which is awesome. That can be good energy. Also, it's a little intense, but that's okay. I wouldn't expect anything less from a Libra, right? All right. Your current situation is the High Priestess. So, this could be some sort of messaging that you've received in some maybe mysterious way. This is maybe something that's coming in for you, maybe by your intuition. You could have had a dream about something. You could be seeing some synchronicities about something, and you are taking that and running with it. So again, have faith in your dreams. Sometimes the universe points us in a direction, and we are meant to just go and run with it. Don't ask a lot of questions, just run with it. So, and I'm getting that energy with this. At the root of your situation is the Six of Pentacles. So, there could be some situation that you're involved here, which is about, well, here, I always ask when this card comes up, this card is confusing, I believe, because there's a lot that goes on in this card. So you think about what is happening in this card. And if your instinct was to say, well, this person is obviously giving to these people, then maybe you're in giving mode right now. If your instinct was to say that these people are receiving from this person, maybe you're in receiving mode right now, both of which are fine. We all go in and out of giving and receiving mode, and both things are awesome to do. So I'll let you decide, you're either in giving mode right now or receiving mode. So keep that in mind, because that's kind of the root of where these intuitions and things and this activity is going on with. In your recent past is the Two of Cups. Also, I'm starting to see a couple of cards here from maybe it was the Virgo reading. So if you have a Virgo in your life, you may want to cross watch that one. But in your recent past, Two of Cups, so there's some sort of partnership that this may be about. This could be a new friend that you've made. This could be a new partnership that you have when it comes to some work related thing, or some project that you're working on. This could be a romantic partner as well. So this situation, you've got some kind of partnering up in your recent past, some coming together, and this could have something to do with there's signs. Again, this could involve this giving receiving, but there's something going on with someone that you've maybe recently met or just come together with. What is on your mind this week is thinking about the future here with the Six of Swords. So, we've got this night charging ahead with, whatever thinking, this is air energy. So think about just air that's coming in quickly, messages that are coming in quickly, or that you're sending actually. But, excuse me, you are thinking about the future and kind of moving very calmly towards the future. So, this messaging might have pushed that. It might have just gotten that boat started. It might have got you in the boat, but now you're kind of calmly moving towards the future with those thoughts and ideas, and your mind has slowed down a little bit. Again, if you're feeling that anxious full moon energy this week, when it comes to thinking, it could have been the catalyst for, like, oh, you have a big idea and you want to move forward, but you need to stop and meditate a little bit, and really think out your next step, and kind of do that in a calm manner so that it's not so so crazy. What is just ahead of you this week is the Chariot. So you are getting ready to make some sort of major move here. It's not telling me exactly. I'm not even seeing what area, because now we are looking at swords, pentacles, and cups. So and it could involve it could involve all of that. It could be that and these are scenarios. This doesn't mean this is exactly it, but it could mean that you have met someone that you can have a good free exchange, give and take about. It has caused you to, really change, just do a 360 on what your future might be, and really think about what you want to do moving forward. And that's causing you to kind of evaluate things to get ready for a big move. Okay. That template, that can go over anything. That can go over, again, a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, a friendship, a work relationship. So use that, template that over the different areas of your life where that might work. But it seems like that you're trying to make some sort of move, and you're gathering that information to do so. What is in your advice is the Seven of Pentacles here. So your advice is to kind of wait and see what these seeds do. You've planted these seeds. There's nothing you can do at this point, and kind of wait and see what's going to go on with them. Um, so your advice is really just to kind of let's everybody take a breath. Again, we've got that knight that came in with, like, oh, and it's almost like a big idea that seems like a really good idea until you start putting the reality down on it, and you're like, well, everybody wait a minute, maybe that's not the best idea. So I'm kind of getting that feeling. So the seeds are planted. Just take a breath in and out. You do need to get in nature. I can feel the tension of this, whatever this is going on for you. And it's kind of like an excited thing, but it's almost like, is it the best idea? I'm kind of getting that feeling. Okay, what is beyond your control is the Hierophant. So beyond your control is to seek some sort of guidance. It might be why you're listening to a tarot reading right now. It might be why you are, looking through, and this is kind of guidance in the spiritual realm. This isn't, and maturity. I mean, it's someone who has a little more maturity than you, but it's beyond your control, that you are seeking that information, that you are asking those questions, and that you are looking for people that are a little more wise than you in this area and that's great. I love that. I feel like if you ever have an issue in life, there's someone else that's already had it. Go find them and talk to them. And you don't have to do exactly what they did, but find out how they worked it out and what they went through. I just think it's a great way to go through life, is to learn from others' mistakes, and good and bad, the good things they've done, and the things they wish they hadn't. What is your secret desire, or what you're trying to avoid, is the Queen of Wands. So this will be your big question for the week. And is it your secret desire to really understand your passions and the things that drive you, or are you just trying to avoid that altogether? And that, that's something you do need to ask when you're thinking about your future and moving on with these thoughts and ideas that you have. Is this really something that you're going to feel passionate about 6 months down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road? Because if you make a big move, it seems like you need to make sure that you're invested in seeing it all the way through, if that makes sense. In your outcome position is the new journey here with the Fool. So, I think with all this investigation, with this guidance, with asking these questions, I think you may get to where you are going to take off on this new journey. And that's awesome. I feel like there's some things to learn. And of course, you want to watch the universe, watch for the signs and synchronicities and things that are kind of nudging you in which way to go. And don't ignore those things. But, your overall message was have faith in your dreams. Something has come to you, and you're ready to act on it. I feel like there was it could have just been a conversation you had with another person that was really like the catalyst for this, or something just gave you something has put you in this direction for sure. What is hidden from you this week is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is about travel or new ventures. Of course, we've got a new journey that we're heading off on, but this is kind of hidden from you. And so if this is something that does involve travel, that's not happening this week. That's kind of hidden from you. It might be something that you're moving towards. It might be something having to do with that chariot, right? That movement. You may want to move. You may move from one side of the country to the other. That could be. It's not happening yet this week. It looks like you're kind of getting all your ducks in a row, if that makes sense. So let's see what the Soul Oracle deck has to say about all of this. And just looking over, we'll go through a couple of numerology things here that I'm noticing. Tune out distractions, okay, is your message there. Yeah, I think you probably do need to stay focused on whatever this is, that whatever this thing that has come in, you do need to kind of focus on it, seek out some wisdom. Again, the seeds have been planted, and I don't think you're not supposed to take a lot of action this week and kind of work towards this new journey, but you are definitely, again, you're collecting information and you're getting ready to make a move. Let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care, Libra. Self-care for Libra this week. All right, the card that comes up for you is truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. I love this because this is so true. It's so true. Now, when you think about, and I think about this Hierophant card, at different level, truth is different at different levels of consciousness, right? So, this person who's been through life and has done all of these things and has this wisdom, their truth is different than those of us that haven't been through what they've been through, right? And we all always have something to learn. Never do we know it all. There's always someone that we can learn from. And so I think that is going to be very important for you this week, is to really, pay attention to things that are happening in the universe, but you're kind of gathering that information before you leap off this cliff. And this person's wisdom could be very important to you. It may not be you may not completely understand it because you may just be in a totally different place, but definitely have open eyes, open ears to listen to the wisdom that you're seeking out this week. So Libra, I really appreciate your time with me here today. I hope there was something in this that you can take away and use in your week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what kind of wisdom did you seek out this week, and what was your big question? What was this big idea that you've been running with this week? It looks like things kind of calm down. Of course, keep that full moon energy in mind. If you're feeling like Librans can be a little bit indecisive. If you feel like that's the case, the full moon isn't maybe the best time to. It's a better time to maybe jot down notes, and so that you can later go back and be a little bit more reflective about them. But if sometimes that high energy, like I wouldn't decide to move across the country during a full moon time, is what I'm saying. So don't make huge decisions this week, but definitely evaluate, because it does look like you're getting ready to make a move and setting off on a New Jersey. That's interesting. New journey. Maybe you're going to New Jersey on your new journey. But don't make big decisions during this time, during this full moon time. Let things calm down, settle down, because I'm almost feeling the excitement, this thing that you're just ready to go. But anyway, have faith in your dreams and calm down this week. It'll be fine. If you like my reading style, come back next week and let's see where this journey goes. If you add me, you'll be able to find me. So that's the best thing to do there. So thanks so much, Libra. Good luck, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.